You must be willing to go out of your comfort zone. You're creative, you're artistic, you have ideas every 10 seconds about amazing things you can do. But how do you take those ideas? How do you take your talents and all of that energy and turn it into a successful, prosperous, joyful life? Well, today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to ensure you get from where you are to where you want to be. So let's go. A lot of people come to me because they want to know, how can I be successful in my creative career? And this is a really common question because unlike a lot of professions like being a CPA or a dentist, there's no templated A to Z for any kind of creative and for many entrepreneurs of how to achieve success. So how do you do it? Well, there's one thing that is required, and today we're going to talk about mindset. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm going to talk about other things that are really important as well. But it all starts with this one thing in your mind. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone, and that all starts with your thoughts. For example, if there's something you want to do in a creative career and you haven't figured out that first step, or you already know that first step and you haven't taken that first step, I want you to get really honest about why you haven't done it. I know you've got all sorts of great excuses. There's no time, the kids, the money, the this, the that. I've heard them all before and I've said them all before, but I'm here to tell you they are absolute BS, because if you truly want the success, if you really want to go after something that is going to be difficult to get to, but will be so rewarding once you get there, those excuses have to go. They have to go immediately. So then the question is, what's standing behind those stories, those excuses? And you don't want to look at it in terms of logistics. If you start looking at it with details, what you're going to see is that there's more valid excuses to not get started with the thing that you really want to do, aka get started living your life, the one life that you are guaranteed. Hello. What's behind all of those stories? Well, those stories are actually masking emotions, and very often it's going to be fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassing yourself, fear of doing it wrong, fear of it not being good, right? And if it's fear, as it almost always is with my students and clients, and it was with myself too, and it is with myself still as I go to the next level and the next level and the next level, and you must be willing to go out of your comfort zone. The fear is triggered by you going outside of what is familiar to you. And just because it's familiar, just because it's comfortable, doesn't mean that it's serving you. The fact that you're watching this video means that the familiar and the comfortable are no longer serving you and you're done with it. So this is what you have to do. You have to take those tiny steps outside of your comfort zone, and it all starts with your thoughts. So what you can do, and you can take the judgment out of it. This is not an exercise in judgment. This is an exercise in almost compassionate objection, really, or objectivity, I should say, not objection. But you want to take a step back and look at it. Like, if your number one excuse is, I don't have the time. Okay, you don't have the time. We're all busy. I completely get it. But if you start digging through your schedule and you see that maybe there was 2 hours allotted for Netflix, okay, go ahead and look at that and start saying, what would happen if I did not watch Netflix for 2 hours and I just started doing some research on what it would take, or I posted my first blog article, or I went into my studio and started painting, or I wrote a song, even if it totally sucks. Now, look at the thoughts that come up around that. It'll be a lot of stories and like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. Okay, you don't know what to do, but there's this thing called the Google and the YouTube, so you could totally find out what to do. And there's a wealth of information around there. And then behind that is going to be like, oh, what if it's not good enough? Well, the thing is that if you don't get started, it will never be good enough. It just won't. So you have to go out and write that bad first draft. You have to go out there and kind of obliterate that first canvas. You have to go out and compose a song that might be a little bit awkward and won't be a number one hit, or maybe it will. Who knows? If it's one of those things like, what if it's not good enough? Ask a different question. What might happen if I take this initial step? Hopefully, there's going to be possibilities opening up to you. By having that thought, that question is a thought. There's three things that you can control: your thoughts, feelings, and your actions. By having that thought, you are able to open up new emotions. What might happen? That opens up things that are different than fear. Those are emotions of curiosity, of creativity, of faith in the future, of excitement, of emotions that pull you forward toward what your soul has been calling you to do this entire time. So it's all about getting out of your comfort zone, and it often takes just that one little step. I'm going to leave that with you because honestly, that is a life changing thing that sounds so tiny and so simple at this point. I'm going to leave you here. I'm also going to put a link below this video to a free training that I've created, and this training goes in depth that helps you look at, first of all, clarifying what you really want in your life, and then moving forward to make it happen. It's a free training. Make sure you sign up for it. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because I'll be giving you other tips and tricks that build on each other and help you progress through the process of becoming what you were born to be. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.